Yo, what's up everybody? It's your host Molly here. Sorry it's been a bit, but I'm alive, so don't be too worried. Today's video is going to be something I've never done before. I'm going to be giving my thoughts and sort of reaction to Jax's new album called Dear Joe. And yes, I'm wearing this shirt that says her name on it. I just got this for my birthday from my sister, wearing it for the sole purpose of this video. I've seen a lot of videos of people reacting to music, giving their reviews, thoughts, or like actual reactions. And I think that they're really cool. And I've never done it to my channel before. And you guys know that I love so many different artists and famous people. And I figured, why not share an album of, one of my favorite singers and I guess try to help promote it a little bit, because it's been out for a month now. And I've heard it honestly, I've probably heard it a million times at this point because I really can't stop. But I figured, maybe y'all would like to hear my thoughts. And, we can always have conversations down below, as long as they're polite. And I mean, maybe some of y'all have never heard of her, don't even know a thing with her. So yeah, that's all there's going to be for this video. I'm basically just going to go through each song and just talk about how I feel about it, what I liked, regarding the lyrics or the music or her voice. I mean, just every aspect that I can think of. I'm just myself. And, my opinions are neither right nor wrong. It's just how I feel. I'm not trying to be like, oh, so-and-so's wrong and I'm right. Like, no. I mean, everybody has an opinion. It's cool. But these are mine. So, yeah. And if Jax sees this video, then let's go. I've been a fan of her for just about a year. I kind of discovered her when her song Victoria's Secret came out, which is one of her very popular songs. I love that song. It's so inspiring and it's such a jam. And that kind of drew me onto her, and I eventually found some of her other songs and I really loved them, and she just, became my favorite singer over time. And she's well known on TikTok. If any of you have TikTok, you guys have probably seen her on there. She likes to do a lot of parodies and, get-togethers with some famous people or friends of hers, or the kids she babysits. And, she's just her unique self. I mean, she's so funny and she's so kind and she's so beautiful too. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I really love her. And she, I guess a couple months ago or so, announced that she was going to come out with her first ever album. And I mean, me being the fan I am, I was like, oh my God, yes, this is going to be so exciting. Oh my gosh. And, so, I was just anticipating it, trying to be patient, and I'm impressed. I mean, it's not like any other album I've heard before. And I mean, not many people might know her, but I mean, I just adore who she is. I mean, I feel like she's so different and her creativity just inspires me. Like she's willing to take risks, I feel. I mean, I'll kind of get into that as I go through the songs, but she's just so talented and her voice is just incredible. I mean, it's almost like a princess. I don't know. I mean, it's just so, oh my God, I'm not good at adjectives, but it's just clean and so perfect. I just, she's fantastic. And yeah, that's pretty much the little story of how I discovered her and, why I love her so much. But anywho, I will now get into the album and how I feel about it and how I feel about each song. The first song on Dear Joe is called Jelly Beans, and then in parentheses, The Purge. So, seeing this title, I was obviously like, what? But, knowing how kind of goofy she can be, I'm like, alright, it's still gonna be a jam. Come on now. Jelly Beans jam. Sorry, I didn't really mean to say that. So, hearing the song, for the first time, I mean, it was, I mean, I didn't really know how to take it in, because there were, parts of it that were kind of, just, simple and, funky, but then parts that were, really going out and like getting loud, and I was kind of like, wow, like that's really interesting to do. Um, and it took me some time to get used to this song. Like this was one of the songs on the album that I kind of had to listen to a couple more times to kind of get the feel of it and understand what it was kind of saying. And I mean, Jax obviously has her own meanings for these, and like I respect those 100%. But I do want to share some of my own relations, because I mean, I love when I can relate to anybody's music. So anyway, but with this song, I love the like cutesy, like fun piano, like the da 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 da. Like I just love like going like this because it's like, oh my god, it's so nice. And I can tell with the lyrics, like she's really talking about people that like did her wrong and didn't really treat her right. And I feel like it's a good start for this album, because most of this album is her talking about how she didn't really get treated right with going into fame, and probably many people didn't respect or listen to her ideas. So with this, she's basically saying, like, with the lyrics, she basically says, like, I don't trust it, everybody's cut, welcome to the purge. To me, it's like she's going to purge out some things that people might not want to hear. Like, it's going to be aimed toward those that might have hurt her. And so I feel like having the Purge Jelly Beans song as the first one is kind of like, here's what you're in for. I'm going for it. And I really just love that. And I think it's funny how like she talks about, just jelly beans, because she mentioned in something I saw that, there was like one day she was eating jelly beans and kind of got the idea for this album. So I think it's nice that she wanted to include that somewhere. And then just talking about how something simple can stress her out, and she thinks about like, well, how am I going to find love? How am I going to find people that trust? And that's what she says. And I'm like, it does make sense. I mean, because as you get older, like you get in so many situations like that. But I will say, like, one of my favorite parts of this song is like toward the end, where she literally goes, lock your doors, stay inside. Like, oh my god, my soul. Oh my god. Ugh, like I love when people scream like that, because it's like I'm getting all my anger out, I'm getting all my stress out, and yes, it's just yes. Like I'm always like whenever that part happens. I mean I know that I'm crazy, but I'm just saying, like, I admire that strongly. But yeah, I feel like that's all I have to say for that song, but I think it's a good start for everything coming, and I just love how, like, tough but sweet it is at the same time. The next song on the album is Hawk Tuah Interlude. So I laughed when I saw this title, because, like, during the week when her album came out was when the Hawk Tuah girl video was going everywhere. And I was kind of like, I kind of assumed that would just be it. Like, I thought that the song was just gonna be the girl doing that, and that's it. But when I heard, like, Jax going, now that I have your attention, I was like, oh, whoa, what? Like, I was like, okay, I was completely wrong. But in this interlude, she basically is saying, like, okay, like, you have heard the first song, but here's what you're going to get into more. And I think it's just funny how she's, like, kind of, like, begging for people to, like, stay put and listen to the rest, or, she'll have to sell photos of her feet, which, I mean, I kind of hope that won't happen, because, I mean, her music is just great. But, like, she wanted to include interludes to kind of fit with her kind of TikTok themes of, like, let's do something goofy and fun, kind of in between, because, like, it kind of pulls more of the story together, in my opinion. Like, I feel like that's just what interludes can do with anything. But I found that funny. And also, I feel like if people were to scroll on the media and they see Hawk Tuah interlude Jax, they might be like, what? So they'll click on it, and it'll start with, now that I have your attention. It's like, that'll pull them in to hear the album. So that's just brilliant. It's brilliant. So yeah, I really admire that, that one is kind of like a clickbait sort of thing of here's what this is, but here's what it really is. So I love that. And it's humorous. I mean, most people find the Haktua thing funny, so I thought it was clever that she did that. The next song is called How Dare You, which she shared some TikToks on this, how she wrote it for a friend of hers who, like, their, like, their, like, boyfriend, partner left them for somebody else that was very similar to them. And I fucking love this song. It's one of my most played, it's one of the songs on here that I play the most. It's just so relatable because, I mean, I've had times in my life where I've been with a guy and, like, it's never lasted long and they go for somebody else who, in my head, like, oh, they're so much better than me. They're prettier. They're this, they're that. And, like, I've even some of my close friends have been through things like that. And I just, like, wouldn't it be nice to go up to those people and be like, how dare you leave me? How dare you treat me like this? How dare you just forget about it all and go on to someone new? And, like, that's really what she's saying in this song. And I also think it's so kind of her to do it for her friend, because her friend must have been really sad. And the fact that Jax tried to make her feel better, like, that's just so sweet. And if any of my friends or anybody I know tried to do that for me, I would be like, what? But I feel like the lyrics are just, like, really honest. Basically, like, it's been 4 months since you told your parents I'm the one. You said it. This doesn't make sense. How dare you act like nothing happened? And, like, what does she have that I don't have? It's really just, like, all the thoughts in here are coming out in the song, and I just love that. And the way that she says, how dare you, like, I feel like, I don't know, it's like she's yelling it, but like singing it too. Like, how dare you? It's like, oh my gosh. Like, I absolutely love that. I mean, obviously I can't really sing as good as Jax. I do love singing, but I'm definitely not gonna. Jax is Jax. But I absolutely love how she just makes it just come out like that. Just like, like, you really hurt me. How dare you? And I love that. It's like, it's a sad song for sure, but it's just so empowering, and I love it. I love it. I also love when she kind of puts words together in a unique way, because in this song she goes, like, the math just isn't mathing, and, like, I've never heard anything, like, any sentence like that before in my life, and she does that a lot. So when I heard her, like, do that, I was like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, that's what I'm saying. You're saying what I want to say. So, like, I just love that. Like, that might be the lyric that I like. The math just isn't that thing. I don't get it. Like, yes. The next song is the Clap Interlude. I don't know if it's weird, but is it weird that I have this one memorized? This song, or interlude, is Jax's own version of If You're Happy and You Know It, Clap Your Hands. But it's basically kind of like a dirty version. And it's basically like, like feeling bad that you missed out on something good, but, like, you don't have to feel bad about it. And it's basically with relationships, how, like, you might be with someone and you maybe wanted to, do it with them, but you chose not to. Because, like, she basically says, like, what's the lyric? So I said I'll see you later, rather be a masturbator than you heard the alligator had the... So, like, her rhyming is just spot on too. Like, I mean, she's way better at thinking of stuff like that than I could ever be. But I really love the clap. It's so funny. Like when I heard it, I was just, like, cracking up, because it's just so brilliant and so relatable how it's like, I'm happy that my gut was speaking facts. I'm happy that I dodged a bullet, which, are lyrics to it. And I just love that she had to include that in with, like, all this dramatic things, but, like, still trying to make it humorous. Like, I just love that this album overall is vulnerable but also humorous, because that's just who she is, and she should be that way. You know, I mean, she doesn't have to follow standards, you know, she doesn't have to be like anybody. Like, she just has to be herself, and she always is, and I praise her for that. But I would probably say The Clap is my favorite interlude on the album, but it's just, it's so witty and so, just so her. Like, it really reflects how, like, she feels and her thoughts on things, and I'm sure that she can relate to it, and she even showed it to her gyno. And it's like, oh my gosh, but she's just so great at what she makes. Whether it's like something so small or something like, you know, with like a lot, you know. The next song is called I Choose Violence, which she shared this song a lot, and I could tell that it enticed people to want to hear her album, because I would like read the comments on the videos that she shared the song in, and many people were sharing their experiences, but I mean, I don't know what this song is exactly about for her, but I can tell that it has to do with something intense. And I mean, I don't want to try to make any guesses, because I understand that it can be, you know, very personal and stuff, but I can tell that it has something very personal to do with her, and probably something that hurt her real bad and took a long time to heal from, and something that she's not comfortable sharing in full detail, and maybe not many people have experienced before. But this is probably my favorite song on the album. I mean, I just love that she decided to put this out here, because I mean, you know, stories are meant to be told, but they are hard to get out, you know, because you never know how people are gonna feel or if they'll understand. But I just love how serious this song is, and her voice, I mean, again, just goes so well with it. And like, it made me emotional to hear it. I was like, oh my goodness. And the one part of the song that I can never get over, like, I'm just so impressed with how she put it, but like how truthful it is, of how, like, you know, when you were 13, she wasn't alive. By the time you were 18, that girl was 5. You had a teaching degree. She was learning how to drive. Like, I can just tell that she's just, like, trying to reflect on it, but having a hard time, like, processing that. And then, like, I love, like, toward the end where she goes, like, you know, when I built an army of girls half your age. That part, literally, my heart was doing this. I was like, oh my gosh, like, this song is going to save lives. Like, she's going to, like, have people share things that they never could. Like, they're going to feel less alone, and I just love that Jax wants to do that. Like, I feel like that's why she wanted to put it on there. And I mean, the piano is just gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. And I love when she, like, hits those high notes. It's just, oh my God, so beautiful and just so perfect. But I love this song a lot. It's definitely played the most, and I can tell that it reaches out to many people, and I think it's going to save people, and she, you know, deserves props for that. And, like, I'm proud of her for, you know, sharing her story, and I hope that she keeps getting better. And, you know, she doesn't let it hold her back. And I really hope that, like, overall this album felt that way to her, of, like, you know, here's what I've been keeping in, now I can get it out, and I can keep moving forward and being strong. Because she is very strong. Jax, you are very strong. But I absolutely fucking love the song I Choose Violence. It's really, really amazing. The next song on the album is called Barbara, Your Husband is Gay. It's like another interlude. This was one that I also had to get used to, because, like, you know, certain songs might take, like, a couple times for me to kind of get the gist of it. It's another humorous one, because she, like, talked about how this, like, person online, like, DM'd her, and I guess their name happened to be Barbara. And they were, I think, like, criticizing Jax for how she does things, and they basically went very like strict on her of like, oh, like, God wouldn't approve of this, like yada yada. And I mean, I'm faithful myself, so I mean, I can understand how certain things, people would say things related to God and stuff. But like, I mean, sometimes that can be hurtful, and I mean, everybody does things differently, and I mean, I think it's good to be accepting of that depending on the circumstances. But in this interlude, Jax was basically saying, like, oh, Barbara, you are this person who tries to bring people down, like, you don't understand other people's ideas, you feel like you're always right, but you haven't been paying attention to like your own choices. And she basically says, like, your husband's been out all night, but you probably haven't noticed because all you're doing is wasting your time online, criticizing others. But he's probably not gay. I mean, just saying, like, why don't you go after that and, like, not me. But, I mean, I just find the interlude very, like, interesting and, like, it's funny in its own way. And I find it pretty, like, badass how she literally used the name of the person. Yeah, so, and yeah, it's it's kind of crazy, and it's like, I mean, like, Jax has been through times of people criticizing the way that she does things or the way that her humor goes. So she's basically saying, like, hey, like, leave me alone and I'll leave you alone. And it's good to stand up for herself. So there you go. And I love how at some of the endings of these songs or interludes, like, she kind of like laughs or giggles with like other people. So I also love when she does that too. The next song on the album is Zombieland featuring Hardy. I fucking love this song. It's one of my jams all the time. So I never heard of Hardy before this, but hey, he's a pretty badass and talented too. So this song is just kind of like a song about if the apocalypse were to happen, like, what would it do to the world, and like how would it impact you and someone you love. Because they basically, in the song, Hardy and Jax talk about people that hurt them bad and like betrayed them, and how they would want those people to be like, eaten by zombies immediately, and them, like, I guess, like, the heroes or the ones that like got hurt, they would be the ones running Zombieland, like, just seeing everything fall apart and everything get destroyed. And I just love that like imaginary thing, because like when I first heard this, I was like just imagining it all, like, bring on the earthquakes, bring on the floods, I ain't afraid of nothing, because, and it's just like, I just love that concept. And like, my apocalypse on yours, your apocalypse on mine. I love, I don't know what that's called. That's genius, okay? Because, you love each other. Lips, apocalypse. How do you think of that? I can't. I just don't get it. It's just so awesome. And I found it funny with the opening line of "we'll be laughing when the Walmarts hit the fan." Again, like, that just, I put my head there of like, shit, like, that would be just bad, but it's just funny. And like, the music in this is just like, it makes you want to like shake your fist. That line also made me laugh because, I mean, I happen to be a grocery store worker in real life, and so like, I always like to put the name of my grocery store in that line. It's a really fun, badass song, and I love the way it is, and I just think it's cool how she included a song on this album that deals with like something kind of imaginary, but also like, truthful, of how, like, whoever has done you wrong, like, they should go fuck themselves, and like, you'll be able to run the world and watch everything else fall apart. But yeah, and I think it's cool that she did a collab, because I'm not sure if she's done too many collabs, but I think it's awesome that she did that, and they both pulled it off extremely well. I feel like with how our world is, we all kind of imagine like, oh, if an asteroid were to hit Earth, or if there was like a tidal wave that destroyed humanity, or you know, or like, you know, if there was an apocalypse, what would we do, blah blah blah. And I just think it's nice how she puts something like that in her album, because I feel like if anybody were to hear it, they would be like, yes, yeah, yeah. And I just love that she put that kind of like imaginary like thought, like just like how society might think of if there were an apocalypse. Like, I love that she put that in her album, and I feel like many people would enjoy listening to that one for sure. Like, it honestly is a good party song. That's just my opinion. But yeah, the next piece on the album is called Neurospicy. It's another interlude. I personally enjoy this one very much because let me just sidetrack. When she released this album, she went live on TikTok, and she was kind of talking about each song. And when she brought up this one, she mentioned that she had attention deficit. And I didn't know that, but I have it too. So hearing that made me feel like less alone. And I mean, I understand everything firsthand with that. So there you go. But I love the way this song is. Like I feel like it's like cute but funny at the same time, because it's like, I might be a little spicy, a little bit neurospicy, is I never want a little bit spicy, spicy is better than bland. Like, I love the tune of it. It's like very like, you know, like, I don't know. It's just so cool. And honestly, whenever I have days where my brain is just like not there and it's like fogging up, or I'm not like understanding things as I should, this honestly plays in my head, and it makes the situation much lighter. And it's like, you know, I'm a little neurospicy. What are you gonna do about it? And honestly, I mean, we all have some spice to us. You know, we're all different and we all have flaws and weaknesses, but who cares? I mean, even the greatest names of all time, which she mentioned, like, you know, Darwin and Edison and, you know, other famous like people. I love that she included that. And, you know, she kind of talks about herself of like, you know, I found someone who loved me, you know, they accept me for being a little different, and my mouth and brain don't sync up. Like, that's me, okay? Like, I might think of something up here, but it doesn't come here, or even vice versa. So I just admire how truthful and like goofy this song is. And what I appreciate about it most is that, like, you know, they included this part of, like, you know, oh, what if the scientists and inventors, like, imagine if they started a band. And they kind of do, like, a little, like, you know, da, 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 da. Like, I found that funny. But then I wasn't expecting the ending of 2, 3, 4, I might be a little spicy. Like, oh my God. I was losing my head exactly like this. I was like, holy crap. Because, I mean, again, like, it came by surprise. I didn't know that was gonna happen. And, like, Jax keeps me on my feet. She's so fucking good at doing that. She's good at surprises, okay? And, I admired that part because this is only 1:17. And she decided to include a part that had drums and, like, an electric guitar or something. Like, you know, na 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 na, ba 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 ba, and like, it's just like it only happens for 5 seconds out of the whole fucking thing. I'm just saying, it's amazing. Like, I'm not a musician, but it's like, it's just so fucking cool. I love that. So, all right, maybe I should move on to the next song. So the next song on this album is "The New Girl Is a Snake." So I was kind of like, what could this be about? So I actually didn't know this because I'm an uncultured swine, but there apparently was this video, a woman on a plane having kind of like a anxiety attack being on a plane. Like, she like saw something or someone that she felt was not real, and Jax included that audio in her song, and like, when she went live on TikTok when her album came out, she like mentioned that. She was like, oh, like, you know, y'all might know the video of the lady saying, like, you know, that motherfucker's not real. But I do like that she put that there, because like many people might recognize that, but also it does fit in with the theme of the song, because I don't know who Jax could be talking about, but she's talking about someone that she knew. I mean, whether they were someone she worked with or a friend of hers, like, I mean, who probably like seemed poisonous, and I mean, pun intended, because I mean, snakes can be poisonous. And like, she basically is saying like, who invited you? Like, everybody listen, like, this person is not to be trusted, they're not good, like, they're not good to have around, they're not nice, just like a whole bunch of things like that. And I love that she does that with her chorus. Like, everybody wake up, there's been a mistake. You guys, I'm telling you, the new girl is a snake. And I just love that she's really trying to get that out there. She's basically like, we should be afraid of this person. We need to get away from them. A whole bunch of stuff like that. And I just love with like the I'm telling you, I love that it gets just higher and higher. Cause like Jax's rasp is, oh my god, like, it's clean. Like, it's just so, like, so rock and rollish. Like she's like a rock star, and I just love that she decided to go there with her voice, because I haven't like heard that too many times before, and I never knew that she had that in her. And I just love hearing the I'm telling you or whatever. Like, I mean, I can't do it because I'm me, but thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. See, my thumb is up. And in a way, this song kind of like reminds me of people who have who I've lost trust to, or like I thought they were a good person, but like they're actually not. They're not serving me well. They're hurting me. They're making me feel less than. They're putting me down. They don't believe in me. Whatever. So whenever I hear this, I think about like people who have hurt me before, and it makes me think of the lyric "Bitch, get out." So this song is a jam, and it kind of has country vibes to it, because like the guitar and the drum are kind of like dun 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 dun. I don't know, like when I first heard this, I was like, ooh, this is a new vibe, because she sometimes like does like pop kind of rock, like songwriting, dancey songs, and like very sweet things. But when I heard this, it kind of sounded very like hardcore. It's kind of like she's getting ready to tell something, very blunt, meant to be shared. Because I feel like the like drum noises, whatever, kind of bring up the, like, they kind of amp up the story that she's going to tell. And I'm like, ooh. So it's a good one. Okay, the 10th song on the album is Epstein Didn't Kill Himself. It's another interlude. So, I mean, I'm not going to go into political stuff because that's just not me, and it's not like I know much anyway, so why would I talk about something that I don't understand? But I was kind of nervous to hear this one, because I'm like, what is she going to say here? Because I hope that she won't get in trouble or be, looked at as a certain someone. But I did find this one funny because it's like, this is your daily reminder to brush your teeth. This is your daily reminder to focus on your health. Like, I think it's funny how she starts out with casual things that everybody should keep in mind, and then she immediately goes to the hard topic of, this is a daily reminder, Epstein didn't kill himself. And it's like, what? But it's just like, she's just trying to put it out there of everybody shut up, like, this is the real deal. And I love the ending of that where like someone goes, you can't say that. She goes, why not? I love, because she's one of those people that will just say things and like not really care. And she like I've seen that in some of her videos where people are like, Jax, and she's like, what, or whatever. So I absolutely love that. And I'm not gonna lie, the alarms I have set on my phone for things to do with my days, the sound that goes off is this. Like, this is your daily reminder. So it's kind of funny because when I look at my phone going off and it says what I have to do. It says, this is your daily reminder. So honestly, if you guys have alarms set on your phone, change the sound. Don't make it just a sound that's already in iPhone. Do this song, because it's kind of like, this is your daily reminder. And of course, it like says things that are good daily reminders of brushing your teeth, looking after your health, changing your bed sheets, like, I don't know. So, like, that's how I like to see it too, but there you go. The next song is called Super Bad, which, again, this song is one of my top favorites. It's definitely in my, like, top 3, top 5, whatever, with this album. So, this song seems to be about Jax knowing someone close to her who is going out with someone, and she, like, knows somehow that this person who's dating her friend or whatever is bad. They are a liar, they are a cheater. She doesn't want her, like, friend to be with them, but she doesn't know how to, like, say that to them because they're so happy, and they don't, and she doesn't want them to be sad. And, like, I think this song, again, is, like, sad, but also very sweet. And, I just love the way that she brings it out. Like, can somebody tell me how to not break your friend's heart? Because, I mean, even some of my friends have been with guys that are bad. Girls, you know what I'm talking about. And it just makes sense. Like, you love your friends so much and you want them to be with someone who treats them well, because they deserve it. And if they're with someone bad, you want them to get away from them because they don't need that shit. But I love, like, the way that Jax says, like, he's super bad for her. Like, she's kind of trying to say it to herself or to, like, other people of, like, this is true. He really is super bad. How can I let her know about this? And I just love how it's like, if I say it, she'll be sad, I'll be sad, and, they'll probably, like, the bad person will probably come after me for sharing it. But I feel like this could be a good song for people who, could think about cheating. It's like, you better watch yourself, okay? Because that's not right. That's very, very wrong. And I'm sure many people could relate to this on many levels, and it always sucks when you're kind of stuck in the middle of, do I let the secret out? Do I keep it? And I love the guitar in this, and, like, the, like, nice little, like, I don't know what the term is, but, like, the nice flow of how it goes, of how it's, like, kind of, like, soft and calm, and then it kind of goes high and, like, all around and then, like, back. I love how that goes. Yeah, I mean, again, her voice is just pure perfection. The next song on the album is called Holiday. And Jax mentioned that this song was about her husband. And by the way, like, I'm so happy for her. I mean, her and Brave, they seem like a really great couple, and I'm just happy that Jax found someone right for her. He seems, very gentleman and caring and supportive of her, and I could definitely tell with listening to this, because she was basically saying how with every holiday that happens in a year, like, what he does to her or how he treats her reminds her of those. And I love how poetic this song, like it really is poetic of how each, like, part is, especially when she mentions each holiday. It's honestly just so sweet and, like, so heartwarming, and I just love that she, like, had like one song on here that is full of joy and gratitude. And again, this song is, like, again, one of my top faves, one of my top listens on this album. And it just makes me think about and, like, hope that I can find someone that gives me those kind of holiday feelings with how they love me. And, like, I love the music in this because, again, it's, like, very sweet, and I feel like the music kind of has a holiday theme to it because it's very, like, it has magic in it. It's kind of like, ah, la 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 la, like, I don't know, it just has that, like, magic, positive, uplifting vibe to it. But I especially love the ending when she's, like, saying the chorus one more time, and it's very dancey. It's like, oh, it's Thanksgiving when you give me a kiss. It's like, da na 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 na. Yeah. It just, like, I always just smile. I smile a lot when I hear this, and it just, like, warms my heart, and everyone deserves someone like this who makes them, feel special and wanted, and, like every day's a holiday. But yeah, I love this one for sure. The next song on the album is Adam Sandler Interlude. I was really enticed to hear this one because she shared it on her TikTok a couple times. And, like, when I heard it, it cracked me up because she was, like, saying how, like, Adam Sandler was someone she had a crush on, like a long time ago or something, and she was saying in the song how when she first moved to Hollywood, she was kind of like a small fish in a big pond. She didn't know a lot of people. She wasn't like other artists or whatever, and she would feel very sad and lonely. But, like, Adam Sandler was, like, someone who inspired her and made her feel good. And she, like, had an obsession. And I admire that because, I mean, I'm obsessed with, like, a lot of famous people, and I always try to think about them if I'm going through something hard, and, like, if I need time to rest, I want to watch their stuff or listen to it. So I feel like that's something many people can relate to, and, there's so many people to look up to for so many reasons. And, like, this is, like, another interlude that I feel is so funny and many people will like because she references his movies, like, Big Daddy, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, etc. I mean, I've only seen Happy Gilmore, but I just love that she, like, referenced those, and I love the end of like, summarizing who he is and how she loves that. And at the end when she goes, "In Adam Sandler we trust," like, to me it just reminds me of, like, America we trust, or, like, yada yada, like, it's like, ooh, like, what if Adam Sandler were, like, president, or what if, blah 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 blah, like, he, like, revolves around her, kind of like, or like she revolves herself around him, like, what would he wear, what would he do, what would he say, like, and I find that just so cute and, like, so, like, precious, kind of. I don't know. I mean, it's weird to, like, put into words, but it makes me laugh, and this gets stuck in my head every day. Like, this is the song I think that I sing, like, every day almost. And even sometimes I think about it if I'm, like, very stressed or upset about something. I'm always like, what would Adam Sandler do? And I just want to say, Adam Sandler, please hear this song. I mean, it's for you and she loves you. Please notice her. I really want to see when that happens. And hey, you're a legend, you're an icon, so you, like, it's not surprising that this is about you and for you. So, Adam Sandler, please notice Jax. And if you notice me, what's up? Anyway, the next song is called Like My Father, which I've heard this song, like, even before the album came out. Like, I knew of this song when I first started to like her. I love this song. It's one of my, like, top favorite songs by her in general. It's, about how, her parents shaped her to who she is and how she looks up to them and, hopes to find a man that loves her like her father loves her mom, which is what the song is. But, she's basically saying how, she wants to be with someone forever that gives her joy and she can trust and will go through life with her, thick, thin. They'll have a family, they'll celebrate moments together. Even if they fall apart, they're never going to let each other go. And, like, that's how she views her parents. Like, that's how her parents were to her. And I mean, I do have a close relationship with my parents too. I'm very close to my dad and my mom. And like first hearing this song, back when I first started to love her, I almost cried. I was cuz it is very poetic, but it's also just it's from the heart, and like she has so much love in her. And I feel like we need more of that. And my parents love this song too. I mean, they listen to it a lot. And like the music video for it is so awesome too. It's her parents, old footage of them and how they are now. It's so amazing, and I'm very happy for them. And they brought Jax to the world, which is quite amazing too. But I absolutely love the song, and maybe one day I'll use it when I get married and I have my first dance with my dad. That's literally how much I love it and what it means to me. But it's absolutely great, and many people I feel who hopefully have good relationships with their parents, they would love it too. And if people out there don't have a good relationship, maybe this will mend it. But it's absolutely gorgeous and very heartfelt. The next song is Too Young to Be Old. Again, one of my top plays on this album. I love that it comes after Like My Father. Because like My Father is really about both her parents practically. And this next one, Too Young to Be Old, is mainly about her dad. Kind of about both of her parents, but mainly about her dad, how she's scared about him getting older and, of him leaving her and she'll never see him again, and she doesn't know how she'll handle it. She wants him to stick around even if, he may be changing. And I cried when I heard this song. I was literally sitting there jaw dropped, just tears falling, because I have those fears too. I mean, I have those fears of both my parents getting older and them dying, and how am I going to move on? There's going to be moments that happen in my life that they're going to miss, and they will be getting weaker. They may not remember me, etc. And this song is just so meaningful and so deep. And she shared a video of her writing it or singing it, and that she got emotional when writing it too. And I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, it makes sense. I mean, we're all afraid to lose people, and unfortunately that's kind of a consequence as you get older, is you lose friends and neighbors and parents, grandparents, cousins. I mean, just it's just the circle of life, as they say. But I really love that there's a song on here about a man in her life that's always loved her and loved her first, and she doesn't want to let that go. And she shared a video of sharing that song with him, and I mean, he got emotional too. And that just shows how great of a father he is, and how strong and beautiful their relationship is together. And I'm honestly happy that she has great parents. And I just know that this song will carry on to generations and generations. I definitely think so. And there's someone I know in real life who loves Jax too, and me and him were kind of talking about how this song will definitely be played at weddings going further. And I'm like, oh yeah, because it's just so lovely and so sweet. But I cried to the song and thinking about it. But it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Anyway, the next song is called Pour One Out for Me. It's another interlude. So this song, or interlude, cracked me up too, because it's just funny how she goes from a serious heartwarming song to, okay, when I die, just drink. So, because she's basically saying, like, when I die, like, don't be sad, don't, like, really miss me, just drink and party, celebrate me and move on. And, like, it cracked me up when she said, take my eulogy, flush it down the shitter, because like, whenever I'm going to the bathroom in real life, all I say is I'm going to the shitter. I never say anything else. So I find it funny that, like, she added that. And, like, I actually turned 23 recently, so the part of the song that goes, pour one out for me, or two or 23, when I shared pictures on my Instagram on my birthday, I captioned it, pour one out for me, or two or 23, and I made, like, 23 stand out. So I feel like that kind of is a good birthday song of, like, yep, I'm growing up, but soon I'm gonna die, so you better just pour one out for me. Like, it just, like, makes sense, because, I mean, I love her so much, so I will be heartbroken when that day comes. I mean, I don't want it to be soon. And, like, the part where she says, like, I hate formaldehyde. Like, I want my bitches to drink a Smirnoff Ice. I do love Smirnoff Ice drinks, so I just admired that part, because even I have, like, preferences when it comes to drinks, but I just love how, like, honest and, like, straightforward the song is of, when I die, don't be sad, just drink and forget about it all. It's just so nice. And the ukulele, which I think that's the instrument in this one, it's just like da 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 da. So I love it. It's very fun and silly. The next song is called Stupid Cupid. This is another song I've had to listen to more often, but I love how it's about love, because she said it does relate to her husband a little bit, how love is so intense. I mean, like, love is everything. Love is God, at least I believe. And, like, love can be scary, though. I mean, there's, like, so much that goes in it. Like, it's not just, like, little simple things. It can be huge things that you don't realize mean a lot to you. And, like, with being involved in romance, which she's, like, referencing here, like, how it's so unexpected, you don't know what goes into it, and you never think, how much can you really love someone that you'll stay together, fight through everything, and make a lot of memories with, etc. And I love when she is kind of like, look what you did. Like, I never knew I could love someone this hard. I should have shot you first. Like, you really changed how I view love. And I've learned more about love from, like, that, like, day that I met my husband, or the day blah, blah, blah. But I also feel like not only could this song relate to someone you're with for life or whatever, or someone you've been with for a long time, but I feel like it also could relate to if you've ever had a breakup. It's kind of like, stupid Cupid, like, you got me involved in this, like, you made me go after them, but they left me, or we had a fight, like, we didn't work out after all. It's like, I should have shot you first. Like, why did you make me go all out, give my everything, and this is what happened. So I love that there can be a lot of themes to it, and, everybody has their own stories, and especially when it comes to music, like, there's so many perspectives to think about. But I love that this song can kind of reflect both stories. But I think it's really unique, and I love the end when she says, I should have shot you, and then the music goes quiet first. It's like, ooh, like, I love when songs do that. It's like she's doing, like, opera, but, like, not, like, I don't know, it's like, it's like so formal, like, very elegant singing, and, like, I've never heard her do that too many times, and I think that she pulled it off fantastically. So that's what I think about with Stupid Cupid. The next song is called The Babysitter Song, which is something that she did on her TikTok with the kid that she babysits, Chelsea. I think it was one of their first TikToks they ever did that kind of blew up. And it's basically about how when Jax looks after Chelsea, Chelsea's not always a rule follower, and Jax kind of bends the rules down, like whether it's by choice or because of Chelsea, like, you know, saying like, oh, I want to do this, whatever. And they, I believe, got requests to like legit record it, so they decided to. And she said it was Chelsea's first time like being in like a recording studio, and she decided to put it on the album. And I absolutely love it. Like, it just makes me laugh, and it makes me happy for how strong their like love and friendship is for each other. And I can tell that Jax is a good role model for Chelsea, and Chelsea has a good voice. I think so. And like, they almost look like sisters. I mean, I might be crazy, but they look like sisters to me a little bit. And I can tell that there's like a big sister, little sister vibe. And this like TikTok, like, you know, interlude is just so cutesy and very silly. And I really love it. And I love that she put it on, because it's meant to be heard and remembered, I think. Like, I feel like, you know, there's got to be something on here that people can take from this album, and, you know, if it's that one, fantastic. The second to last song on the album is A Song for Chelsea, which I love that the Babysitter song and A Song for Chelsea, I love that they're right next to each other. I know that that happened for a reason, but I absolutely love that first and foremost. I love this song. It's so precious and just very, like, definitely comes from a person that has a caring soul. And I feel like this song can be for, like, you know, like an older sibling and a younger sibling, or like a aunt and a niece, or like a godparent and a godchild, a mother and daughter, father, son. Like, I feel like this can reach out to anybody in the world who, like, is a role model for someone younger, like, you know, someone that looks up to them and they look after or care for. Because, you know, Jax obviously cares so much about Chelsea, and she doesn't want Chelsea to be hurt or betrayed or, you know, done wrong, because, you know, Chelsea's the, like, sweetest angel in the world to her, and I can tell. And I think it's nice that, you know, Jax wants her to know that, like, you know, she'll always be there for Chelsea, and Chelsea should watch out for fake people, because they are out there. I mean, our world, I mean, unfortunately, does not have the kindness of people. And I mean, I don't know if it ever will be fixed. I mean, it probably won't. But, you know, she wants Chelsea to be aware of that, you know, not everybody's going to treat you right. You shouldn't trust everybody. You know, there are people out there, however, that, you know, will care for you, will understand you, and will protect you. But, you know, you kind of have to play the cards and, you know, learn and grow. And, you know, she doesn't, like, want her to grow up too fast, because maybe Chelsea doesn't like being very young. But Jax is like, hey, like, you know, you should enjoy being young, because when you get older, there's going to be a lot more responsibility and, you know, things that you don't ask for, but they happen anyway. You know, life is not, you know, butter and potatoes. I mean, it's, you know, there's a lot of rough patches and times that make you feel depressed as shit. And I just love that, you know, Jax is sort of saying, like, you know, take your time. Like, you know, I'm going to be here for you always, but, you know, don't fall for everything that comes your way. Like, you know, be wise, be smart, and, you know, make sure that you are, like, satisfied, that you're happy, and, you know, a whole bunch of other things. And I feel like it's important for people to hear the song, especially if it's coming from someone who looks after them. Like, you know, someone, like, you know, young people should really hear this, because it's the truth. And, I absolutely love the way that she formed the song, and I love that she used, like, you know, the lions and the tigers and the bears all night. I mean, because it's kind of childlike, but it's like, there are people that fit into those three categories. And it sucks, majorly sucks, but, you know, beware of all the bullshit, never trust a wolf in sheep's clothes. And, like, I love that line so much. It's I try to remember that myself. And the part where she goes, "Did I stutter? I'll fucking kill you." Like, oh, man. But she's gonna fight for Chelsea, be by her side all her life, and Chelsea's a lucky girl. The final song on the album is Victoria's Secret, which many of you probably heard this song already, but if you haven't, you should, because this song is about how when Jax was younger, she, struggled with eating and body image, and how, she felt like she had to be, so perfect, had to be skinny with big boobs, and, she wouldn't fit in, she wasn't pretty enough, etc. And, many girls, we can relate to that on many levels. I know that I can. When I was a teenager, I was very hard on myself, and I hated my body. I thought that I was too fat and not strong enough, and no one would want to be my friend. No one would want to go out with me, or I was seeing everything as bad. But basically saying how, with Victoria's Secret, because it's one of those very famous companies that's, getting its name, or its name is everywhere. And, Victoria is not a person. It's just, a dude who, trying to make money off of, unrealistic, unhealthy things for girls, because, being skinny, it's not always healthy, and you don't have to be like that to be beautiful. You might be small and you might be big, but you're beautiful regardless. And, you shouldn't have to put pressure on yourself, and, basically, fuck that. Do whatever the heck you want. Still take care of yourself to the best of your ability, but, your body is the way it is, and it's not the same as everybody else's. It's your home, and, it doesn't matter what you see in magazines or whatever, it's edited anyway. And, even the most beautiful person in the world does not feel 100% satisfied, and we all need to uplift each other. Especially us women, we need to remind each other that, we are beautiful no matter what. We are capable of a lot. We can change the world, and we can make beautiful things happen. And I feel like Victoria's Secret is really saying that too. And this song drew me onto her, and I fucking wish that this song came out when I was a teenager, because it would have helped me a lot. Because there were times where I would cry about, my stomach or my stretch marks and my pimples, and it's who cares? You don't have to be a model to be accepted. You're allowed to be yourself. Victoria was made up by a dude. And, it's an old man that lives in Ohio, and there's no need to, there's no need to destroy yourself to be loved. You are already loved, alright? Fuck all that, Victoria's Secret stuff. Don't let it get in your head, whatever. And I think it's nice that she put this song on here, because, in case if, people never heard it before, at least they will now, but also some people might only know her for that. So if they were to see the track list, they would see that song and be like, oh, I've heard that song. What are these other songs? So I think it's clever, and, this song means a great deal to her. And, she also wrote it for the kid that she babysits, because, she didn't want her to go through the same stuff of, hurting your body because you feel ugly, you feel weak, you feel fat. That's not what you should do. That's not what you have to do. You are strong and beautiful, and you matter, and you're worth it. Victoria's Secret is nothing, okay? The secret is, she was made up by a dude. And, we all must unite and spread positivity all the time. And that's what Jax is trying to do. She wants to spread positivity. And she's brought positivity to my life, and I'm fucking grateful for her for that. Whew. Okay, that's me giving my reaction, thoughts, feelings about Dear Joe album by Jax. Please stream it. Please fucking stream it. I'm gonna say it again. Please fucking stream it. Please fucking stream it! It's so good, okay? Like, I mean, and I know that I didn't really give any criticisms, but regardless, if I'm on camera, I don't have any criticisms because I fucking love her and she poured her heart into this. I could tell that she did. And I just want the best to keep happening to her because she's so amazing. I really want to hug her and meet her one day so bad. And if I got to be in one of her TikToks, I would die very happy. But Jax, I'm so proud of you. I love the album so much. I listen to it every day. It lifts up my spirits. And keep doing your thing, girl. You guys can share with me your thoughts on the album and the songs down below. And hey, you know, check out her other songs that she's put out there, like 90s Kids, Cinderella Snapped, Ring Pop. They're all out there. They're very amazing too. And follow her on TikTok. She shares stuff a lot. And follow her on Instagram too. I love her so much and I'm proud of her. And I'm so grateful that I'm a fan of her. And, you know, I've been able to talk about her with other people. They're like, who is she? And I talk about it. They're like, oh, okay. But please listen to the album, stream it, share it, and, you know, give her some love. We all deserve love. Give her some love. But yeah, and if you guys want me to do other videos like this with like any of my other favorite artists, or if you guys have any requests of like music that you want me to share my reaction of, let me know. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been your host, Molly. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. I love you, Jax!